right. Shalom, Yasharallah. Before we get started, we're going to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, the teaching of well, peace, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Back another video under the lesson. The title of this one's going to be called Prophecy Watch, the NWO coming into full effect. All right, and we got a few articles we're going to look at. I'm going to read. Lord willing, you read all of them. But the NWO, which if you don't know what that means, the New World Order is coming into full effect. All right, and the plans these elites have for the New World Order is for everything to be digitalized. Hard time saying that. Say that 3 times. All right, but their plan is to have everything in the New World Order is to be digitalized. All right, digital money, digital ID, AI. All right. Just everything had to be digital, Now in the near future, they may have cars that's gonna run on energy, no more gas powered vehicles. Okay. And give me 1 second real quick. All right, Salaki. So yeah, like I was saying, there's gonna be no more gas powered cars. They want eventually gonna have people to be in 15-minute cities. So this is what's coming. All right, so let's first start with this one this is from the People's Voice. It says New York unveils WEF surveillance system to predict crimes before they happen. It says New York has unveiled a World Economic Forum backed AI surveillance system to predict crimes before they occur, targeting the city's subway system. The Metropolitan Transit Authority, MTA, is deploying this technology to detect irrational or concerning conduct, aiming to enhance safety amid rising public concern. It says Governor Kathy Hochul, who has prioritized subway surveillance since 2021, is responding to a wave of high-profile assaults and robberies that have fueled anxiety. With 40% of subway platform cameras currently monitored in real time by human operators, the AI system marks a significant escalation in efforts to preempt criminal activity. It says, in line with this, the MTA is collaborating with AI firms to implement real-time video analysis technology that scans for problematic behaviors and alerts law enforcement before incidents occur. It says, unlike facial recognition systems, which that's coming to, the AI would not identify individuals, but instead detect suspicious actions, such as unattended bags or aggressive movements to predict possible threats. Somebody may have a walk around with a hoodie, but they act in a certain way, they could detect that. It says the agency claimed that this is a predictive prevention, a pre-crime dragnet that turns nervous tics, anxious pacing, or even talking to yourself into potential red flags for law enforcement. So you can't even talk to yourself, which people, they do that, but, you should probably do that on your own time, not out in public, because people don't think you crazy, But it says the AI system would expand surveillance coverage without requiring additional staff, automatically notifying the NYPD of potential dangers. It says AI, and quote, AI is the future, said MTA Chief Security Officer Michael Kemper. We are working with tech companies literally right now and seeing what's out there right now in the market, what's feasible, and what would work in the subway system. Real quick, let me change this. I don't want nobody calling me. All right. So he said AI is the future, and it is the future. Okay, coming in like the set in this new world order, AI is going to be a part of that. Digital IDs, digital money. Okay, ultimately the RFID hit, which we'll get into that soon. I'll read the rest. It says this move has raised alarms among civil liberties advocates who warn of a slippery slope toward mass behavioral policing. In an article written by Christina Mayes, hope I said that right, for Reclaim the Net, she claimed that there is a dangerous illusion spreading among policymakers. The belief that algorithms are inherently objective, that they transcend the biases and blind spots of human judgment. However, she argued that AI is no oracle. Instead, it is a tangled web of code and human assumptions trained on flawed data and peddled by tech evangelists who have never had to navigate the chaos of a rush hour subway, let alone the complexities of real world decision making. Their glossy presentations make their glossy presentations promise progress, but in reality, they are selling a veneer of precision over the same old prejudices, repackaged as innovation. It says whatever patterns these systems detect will reflect the same blind spots we already have, just faster, colder, and with a plausible deniability clause buried in a vendor contract. Mass wrote. And while the MTA crows about safer commutes, the reality is that this is about control. Let's read that again. And while the MTA crows about safer commutes, the reality is this is about control. And this was all about control, man. Right? We'll get into that. About managing perception. About being able to say we did something, even if that means Salaki, even if that something is turning the world's most famous public transit system into a failed sci-fi pilot. So it's all about control. All right. The digital thing, the AI is about control. It's about controlling you because that's what these elites want to do. Okay, they want to be God on the left hand side, and we always bring it out. Let's get Isaiah 14. I'm sorry. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven?" All right, look that word heaven up. The Hebrew word is, let's see, where is it at? Yeah, the Hebrew word is shemayim. Okay, shemayim. It says heaven, heaven, sky. All right, visible heaven, sky. All right, heaven as the abode of the Most High. Okay, so the Hebrew word for heavens is shemayim. All right, which also can also, in a spiritual sense is Esau's rulership, because this is their heaven and this is our hell. Right? It says, "So how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?" Which the word Lucifer. Let's get that too to show you. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, because this only shows up one time in the Bible, and it's in this verse, and it just means light bearer, right? Shining one, morning star, Lucifer. Of the king of Babylon is Satan. It's figurative. And who's the king of Babylon today? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? It says, "How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart," excuse me, "I will ascend into heaven," right? I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north, which is talking about America, which the stars of God is also speaking of the Israelites, but they exalt their throne into heaven. They got the space, with the space station and quote, the satellites, they got the their planes and all the stuff flying in the skies, right? It says, verse 14, "I will send above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." So they want to be like the Heavenly Father. They want control. They want to control everything on the earth, and they do, because Job 9:24 tells us that. We can get that real quick. Job 9:24 tells us the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Excuse me. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So, and who is the wicked? The wicked is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? It's not talking about Japheth. All right. He didn't cover the faces of the judges. The judges. Let's look up judges. Okay. Judges. Shapat. To judge, govern, vindicate, punish. All right. To act as a lawgiver or judge or governor. To rule, govern, judge. And look, the Israelites are the judges. The prophets. Well, starting with the apostles, the prophets, teachers. Okay. We're the judges. All right. So let's go down here. Now I had this for a couple of days now, but this from End Time Headlines. It says first patient with ALS to receive Neuralink brain transplant has demonstrated ability to communicate with mind. It says Elon Musk's BCI, brain computer interface company, Neuralink, is making headlines again, this time for potentially life changing breakthrough for individuals living with debilitating conditions like ALS. All right, and that's what it means right here. All right, it says, according to Newsweek, the tech billionaire revealed that the company's first human trial participant, who had a Neuralink C-hip implanted earlier this year, has successfully used the device to control a computer with his mind. The patient, identified as 29-year-old Nolan Arbaugh, was left paralyzed from the shoulders down after a diving accident. Right, Slovakia. It says since receiving the Neuralink implant in January, Arbaugh has reportedly been able to play video games, surf the web, and move a cursor on a screen using only his thoughts. In a live stream demonstration posted on Musk's X, formerly Twitter, platform, Arbaugh described the experience as life-changing, and credited Neuralink with restoring a level of independence that once seemed impossible. And quote, the surgery was super easy, he said. I literally was released from the hospital a day later. I had no cognitive impairments. For individuals with neurodegenerative diseases such as ALS, this progress offers more than just inspiration. It raises genuine hope for new tools to communicate and interact with the world. ALS gradually robs individuals of voluntarily muscle control, eventually leaving many unable to speak or move. Assistive technologies that bypass damaged neural pathways could dramatically improve quality of life. So this is the left-handed miracles, man. Right? Let's get I always bring this one out. No, let's not get that. Man, well, let's get Second Thessalonians. That's a better one. This is Second Thessalonians chapter 2. I'm gonna start at 3. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna read verse 3 and 4, and I'm gonna jump down. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right, and that's talking about Esau, Edom. Okay, how he's going to sit here when the temple of God is your body. We are the temple, and he's sitting in your temple by putting that seed in you. Jumping down to verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Let's read that in NLT. Right? It says, NLT verse 8, then the man of lawlessness will be revealed, but the Lord Yahushai, that was his name. His name was not Jesus. The Lord Yahushai will kill him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. You see that? Counterfeit power, signs, and miracles. Okay? This is just left-handed wickedness. This is just miracles on the left-handed side. All right? Trying to heal those with, blindness and sicknesses. Right? Trying to help people walk again. That's left-handed practices, man. Okay? They're trying to heal on the left-hand side. Let's finish this out. Verse 10, he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them. You see that? So they're going to come with deception. And people are going to come at us because we're going to seem like the bad guys because we're speaking out against it. because they trying to make this thing, it's convenience, convenient, and it helps people, you know. But this is Revelation 19 and verse 20, and it reads, "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them." Okay, he deceived them that received the mark of the beast, which is the RFID C hip, the brain C hip. Okay, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. I looked this up. Miracles in the Greek say Mayon. It says a sign, mark, token, that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. Definition B, a sign, prodigy, portent. I never looked this up. It says portent, a sign or warning that something, especially something momentous, oh my goodness, Salakia, momentous, something momentous or calamitous is likely to happen. All right, an exponential or wonderful person or thing. But it says a sign, prodigy, portent, i.e., an unusual occurrence, transcending the common course of nature. And like I always bring out, they want to transcend, all right, the limits of human capabilities. Transcend means to be or go beyond the range or limits of something abstract, typically of conceptual field or division. All right, surpass. Okay, they're trying to surpass what the Most High did. They want, because they, like I said, they want to be God. All right, so people gonna be deceived by this, because they're gonna eventually put it out on, and they're gonna put it on TV, they're gonna put it on commercials. Somebody's loved one may have these type of diseases, and they may get caught up in that. But we telling you not to take it. All right, we telling you not to take this thing. We're warning everybody not to take it. So if you do take it, the blood is off our hands, right? But I'll put the link in the description so you can read the rest of this. This is another one from End Time Headlines. Driverless semis. What in the world? I'm sorry. Okay, it says driverless semis have begun running regular long-haul routes. It says in a groundbreaking development for the transportation industry, autonomous trucking company Aurora has launched its first commercial driverless trucking service, operating regular long-haul routes between Dallas and Houston. Announced on Thursday, this marks Dallas and Houston, man. Announced on Thursday, this marks a significant milestone in the adoption of self-driving technology, with Aurora's trucks now operating without human safety drivers for the first time. So they're getting rid of people. All right, they're getting rid of they're about to AI is about to take over the job market. All right, about to take over your truck drivers, your Ubers, fast food, whatever. Now they got them in the classrooms. Okay, AI is running all these ads. AI is running a classroom at a Texas school, and the students love it. You see, so this is what it's coming to, man. Let's finish this out though. It says Aurora's commercial service, which began under contracts with Uber Freight and Hurst-Bach Motor Lines, specializes in delivering time and temperature-sensitive freight. Both companies previously collaborated with Aurora during test runs, which included safety drivers to oversee the company's self-driving technology, known as the Aurora Driver. With the transition to fully autonomous operations, Aurora is now the first company to deploy a commercial driverless trucking service on public roads successfully. And quote, "We founded Aurora to deliver the benefits of self-driving technology safely, quickly, and broadly," said Chris Ermson, CEO and co-founder of Aurora, in a statement. "Now we are the first company to successfully and safely operate a commercial driverless trucking service on public roads. Aurora's trucks are equipped with advanced computers and sensors capable of detecting obstacles at a distance, equivalent to over 4 football fields. Over the past 4 years, the company's technology has completed more than 10,000 customer loads during practice hauls. Since the commercial launch, Aurora's self-driving trucks have already logged over 1,200 miles without human intervention. The company is starting with a single autonomous truck, but plans to expand its fleet by the end of 2025. And in their plan, and they want to see in the next 5 years. Well, Bill Gates, I believe Bill Gates said that. Let's see if we can get a let's see if we can get something on Google. What in the world? Why is this? I'll fix that later. Let's look up how long will or how soon. Yeah, that's better. How soon take over jobs? It says AI's impact on job displacement is a complex issue with varying timelines. While some studies predict significant job losses within the next decade, others suggest that AI will primarily automate tasks rather than entire jobs. Experts anticipate that repetitive and routine tasks will be the first to be automated, affecting roles like data entry, basic computer service, and manufacturing. They say next few years down here, AI is already automating tasks and could potentially replace some jobs within the next 5-10 years, particularly in sectors like manufacturing, retail, and customer service. So that, if you really want to put a if you really want to put a time on it, they say 10 years, but it could be 5 to 7. Could be 4. Dealing with these devils, but this is what it's coming to. The NWO coming into full effect. All right. And like I brought up, they got the teachers. They got AIs running a classroom at a Texas school, and the students love it. So, hey, man, this is what we're about to see. Let's get real quick. Is it raining? This is Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, which is Esau, Edom. If you read up. And there appeared another, verse 3, and there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. The great red dragon is speaking to Esau, Edom. All right. It says, verse 8, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. What are his angels? AI, his technology, his science, all his left-handed practice is his angels. All right. So this AI, the digital, all that's coming there with the New World Order, all the stuff that he has, the satellites, these are his left-handed angels, man. Okay. So the NWO coming into full effect, and we got to prepare ourselves for it, because this is their plan. But it also says, verse 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He knows his time is coming to an end. All right, and it's, we right there. So Lord willing, this is edifying for you brothers and you sisters out there. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, the teacher and Ruel. Peace and citation to the hopeful elect. Lord, you is edified. To I'm going to say, Shalom.